Hi, and welcome to Deep in the Bunker. Ever get to the bottom of your jam jar and it's empty, so too late to go to the supermarket, what are you going to do? I think the answer is simple. This time of year there's an absolute abundance of fruit to be foraged out there. Blackberries are in season this time of year, but I think I'm going to go for something a little bit more artisan. Let's try a little crab apple jelly, or even better, crab apple and rosehip jelly. So here I am, armed with a bag and a small knife, just perfect to go picking. Okay, so here we have a great example of lovely rosehip, but it's a bit small. It's not the kind of variety I want. I'm looking for the really kind of fat ones, the rose or whatever they are, you know the ones, and they'll be even better for making our lovely crab apple jelly. Okay, and here we are, absolutely perfect rosehips. Mid-August, perfect, look at that, absolutely lovely. This is going to make a beautiful, absolutely beautiful rosehip and crab apple jelly. Right, let's go get some crab apples, and I know the perfect place. And here we are, let's get picking. Well, I think I've got all the low-hanging fruit I can get for the moment. You know, like I say that, maybe a pound, maybe £2, who knows, but it's enough for my needs. I'm not going to be greedy. As always, leave some for the birds. Hey, and welcome back to the bunker. Right, so I've done our foraging, got our crab apples, got our rosehips. Let's see how we get on. Now I know I'm a bit shy. I've only got about 1 pound 8 ounce of crab apples and about not quite a pound of rose-hips. I ideally wanted about £2 of each, but I'm not going to make a large amount, so, and it is wild foraging, so you get what you're given and you adapt and overcome. Let's start with the rose-hips. All I need to do with these, stick them in a pan, generously cover with water and boil for 40 minutes. While that's happening, I'm going to get my crab apples, halve them and stick them straight into the pan. Once again, no need to core them, just simply in the pan, generously cover water and boil away. Right, while I'm preparing these, I thought I'd just mention what I'm doing with my little contribution to the environment, free cycling, etc. is with my jam jars. Now when I started out prepping, I originally went and thought, you know, I'm going to buy the cheapest, nastiest jam, save that for the apocalypse and eat it when the apocalypse happened, because it was cheap, cheap to store, cheap to buy, and it could be used up as a last resort. But I reversed my philosophy on that, as in to buy the cheap stuff, use it up now while the times are good, and then get the jar and recycle the jar, because the jar, this cost me what, 39 pence at the supermarket, and it's cheap, nasty strawberry jam, strawberry jelly, and believe me, it's more guar gum than anything else. It's like 10% strawberry content, but that's okay because I eat it occasionally and I get a jar out of it, rather than going to an expensive homesteading store and buying the jar per unit for about 50 odd pence, then having to buy a separate lid. This comes, it's manufactured, it's perfect. So in this way, I'm actually saving my very best food for when times get the worst. And I think that's really important. Why would you go out and eat the absolute shit when times are shit? You know, you want that morale boost, you want to be lifted up, elevated out of the quagmire, you know? That's the apple sorted out. Only a couple of rotten ones in there, really happy. The rest, let's get cooking. Almost forgot, I actually need to peel the skin off a lemon, nice wide strips, and add it to the apples, as well as the juice, so obviously you don't get any browning and nastiness. While the crab apples and rosehips are busy boiling away, reducing down into a lovely mush, let's get busy and strain away. So what we'll do to make our little strainer up, we need a jamming bag, or the next best thing known as a old pillow. Put it over a sieve, like so. Get your jamming pot ready, put it down, and this creates an absolutely wonderful catchment. Pillows are wonderful. There's the thread count's on them really high, and absolutely perfect, as long as they're clean and washed, and and the wife doesn't find out, we're in luck. Well, this is absolutely boiling down lovely. It's coming down to a lovely consistency. You can see the water's cloudy. Yeah, we're almost there. Okay, let's put our crab apple juice all into a strain. Careful not to over top. Right, so we're going to let that strain through for the next 8 hours. I've got about half hour more on the rose hips. I'll add that to the mix and let that all strain and be lovely. So tomorrow morning we'll come back and we'll finish this off. And in with the rose hips. And here we are, 15 hours later, ready to see if this works. The first thing we're going to do is take our strained bag away from the pot, put it on the side, and measure out how many litres of juice we've got. Careful. Alright, so it's that 2 pints exactly, amazingly. So I'm going to need 900 grams of sugar. Now I don't need jamming sugar because of the really high pectin levels in the crab apples, so regular granulated sugar will do. Let's get it on the go. While the juice is heating up, I place 2 little side plates into the freezer, ready for testing when it comes out. So I can then get a cold plate, put the jam on top of it, and see if I've got that lovely wrinkle effect I'm looking for. So rather than running off the plate, it wrinkles and stays as you'd expect jam to do. And I'm also ensuring my glass jars I'm going to use are absolutely sterilised. So I've already stuck them in dishwasher, washed them out, etc., soapy water, all that. But now it's time just stick them in there, gas mark for 10 minutes to make sure any bacteria that may have evolved in the past 24 hours is completely gone. Because the last thing I want is for any spoilage to happen here. So I'm hoping to store this for 6 months, a year, if necessary. And I do not need any cyanobacteria in there, making mould, making nasty, potentially poisonous. All right, liquid's coming up to temperature here. Time to add sugar. Rain it all in there. So not quite the whole bag, just 900 grams, or £2 exactly, I believe. All right, the jelly's starting to clarify now, and this foam little scum is forming on the surface. So with a slight spoon, let's just take it out and clear it all up. Right, jars are ready, hopefully sterilised. Excuse me. Let's go test our jam, let's see how we're getting on. So onto the plate, spoon it out. Let's see now, so. Yeah, a little bit runny at the moment. I don't think we're quite there. But the taste is quite nice, yeah. Now here we have signs the jam is actually beginning to set. Excuse me, jelly. You can see the bubbles rising and the foam is becoming more intense. It's not so liquidy. I think a few more minutes of this and we're going to be ready. Right, I think we're there. Let's have a look. We are majorly boiling up here. Yeah. Nice thick spread across. Right, put it nice and close. That's definitely getting somewhere. Definitely getting, you can see that. And a finger test. Not quite. Okay, now we're ready. Let's jar it up. Okay, third and final wrinkle test. And here we are. You can see it's ready. You can see it's set. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely perfect. Let's jar it. Off the heat. Sterilized jug. And that's coming out super clear. Okay, so this is absolutely great. I've got the rosehip and crabapple jelly here. As you can see, super clear, not one bit of cloudiness in that. Perfect. And I've got about 3 and a bit jars out of it, so that really finishes off this sort of harvest season of what I want to do with my jellies. So I've got crabapple rosehip jelly, blackberry jelly, gooseberry jam, and of course when I started this year was the dandelion honey. All these are fantastic. It only remains to give it a taste and see how we got on. I'm absolutely loving that. You can taste the apple, you can taste the rosehip. It gives that a slightly different dynamic. I'm super proud, super happy. And these skills I've learned throughout this year, you can see that's going to go for months at a time. Each time I made this, I made about three of it jars each. And like I said, that's really great. I can't buy these in the supermarket, I can't buy them anywhere, but I made them with love, and I'm so happy. So on that super high note, this has been Deep in the Bunker. Take care, stay safe, stay sane. Till next time.